Okay guys, welcome back. Today we've got a pool that is leaking. You can see the trail of water beside the pump, but get down there and take a look at it. You can see where the water's coming out of the side, and we're going to go ahead and get this fixed. Alright, so what we're going to do, we turn the power off, put it in service mode. If you don't have service mode, you've got some sort of switch like this. You can just kill the power, everything's dead, it's safe to work on. And we're going to take it apart. If you come around the back here, you can see the motor is mounted to this bracket. So we're going to take these 6 bolts off, we're going to slide that back, then we'll take off the impeller and pull the seal out and put a new one in. So follow along, here we go. Okay, now that we've got it all apart and we've got it cleaned up, and I just cleaned all the gook off of there, so it's ready to go. We're ready to put the seal in. We're going to start with this one, and it is pressed in. You're going to need this special tool to press that in. Now this special tool is just a 1-inch PVC fitting. Fits perfectly around the seal, and we'll use that to drive it in. Now you don't have to use this glue. See how that fits beautifully right there? Then we can grab it, pop her in there. Now, you don't have to use this glue, but we do because we want to make double sure it doesn't leak. This is a flexible sealer. You can also use silicone. Whatever you use, if you use anything, just don't get it on the seal. You can get it on this metal part, and we are just going to put a very minimal amount so that this is just 100% sure this thing does not leak. Okay, so we've got it. We got the glue on it, or the sealer, and we're going to push that in by hand as far as we can, then get our hammer, Texas style, and pop it in. Just make sure it is even all the way around. You don't want it to be tilted one way or the other, okay? And then don't get anything on that shiny part in the middle. That's your seal. And you can see the difference between the old one and the new one. Completely different. Now we got to replace this one. This one we're going to use a flat tip screwdriver, just pry it out. Okay. Just pop that baby out. Usually comes out pretty easy unless we're trying to film it. Okay, so that's that. Now to put this one in, you don't want to touch the white part, so they give you a white part protector. We're going to use that to pick it up. That way the oil on our fingers doesn't get on it. And just push that baby in, like so. Again, don't touch the white part with your fingers because that oil will transfer and it will leak. Okay, that part's ready, so we're almost ready to go back together. We have one more thing to do, and these bolts that came out of the pump, we need to clean them. If you look at them, they're just filled with gook, okay? So we're going to run it through this, I believe they call this a die. You got a tap and a die. I think this is the die part. Works great for cleaning those threads. We'll put a link to that in the description. Most of the ones that you're going to get are going to be covered in white, calcium looking stuff like that. So we just want to take a second, clean those up. You can use a wire brush. You can use your brother's toothbrush. It doesn't matter. Just any kind of brush will work also. Okay, we might cut that part. Okay, now that we've got all the bolts cleaned and we're down to bare threads, you can see this, there's still a little bit of this black residue on it because we've done this before. But this is OxyGuard. You can get it from any of the auto retail outlets, the big box outlet stores. So just going to put a little bit of that, doesn't take a lot, and going to share it to all the other bolts. And this is just to prevent those bolts locking up. And you'll know what I'm talking about if you've ever done many of these. And for some reason, these Pentair pumps are that aluminum motor going into this brass, these brass, I don't know what you call those, wherever they screw into. I'm not thinking of the word, but whatever that connection is, when it goes through this aluminum housing, that oxidizes terribly, that may not even be the right word, but all I know is we get a huge white buildup, and it makes these things lock up where they won't come out. So anyway, we'll put it back together after they've been We put the anti-seize on there, and we will get this back together. All right, once those are in and all tightened up, okay, so we've got them all tightened up. Now we're going to put the impeller back on. So again, don't touch that white part. We'll bring it down there. And this is regular thread, so we'll tighten that up. We'll hold the shaft on the back so that it doesn't turn. There we go, that's good and snug. And we'll put our dust cover back on. You can see how close you are to the electrical wires here. So when you're down here working, make 100% sure that power's off so you don't touch it and go, would be a bad day. Okay, we'll put the dust cover back on. Now, we are ready for the screw that goes in the middle. This is the set screw to hold the impeller on. Now, if you'll remember, this is the only part that's reverse thread. So it's going to go opposite of what you think. We'll put that baby in there. Oh, backwards thread here. I forget, and I'm telling you not to forget. Okay, so that one will go backwards, like we're loosening it. Make sure that's good and snug. And what that does is it prevents the impeller. If you have a big buildup of air inside the tank, you turn the pump off, this air is going to force the water backwards through the motor, and it'll spin that impeller off. Hayward does this all the time. So Hayward pumps are notorious for spinning the impeller off because they don't have a set screw in them. This would be the older ones. The Super 2 model is really bad, and the Hayward North Star, it didn't have a screw, also really bad. But the newer pumps do have them, so I'm not trying to give them a bad rap. I just have a lot of bad memories of those pumps coming apart. So we'll put the seal back on it. You want to inspect this. As long as it's not flat and worn out, you can reuse it. These black ones that Pentair started using are actually very durable, last a long time. And guys, that's pretty much it. We'll put the nose cone back on. Nose cone, you like that? It's actually the diffuser. This goes on here. We'll tighten that back up. Kind of looks like a nose cone though. I mean, just saying. Put that back on. Snug those up. Don't over tighten them because they will dig into that plastic, break it. Okay, make sure everything's clean. And we'll drop this baby back in place. This O-ring right here typically will wear out and you'll have to replace it, but not a big deal. But just like that. Put the screws in it, fill the pot with water. Okay, let me show you this quick tip. We just changed the seal on this pump. We need to reprime it. Check this out. Loosen the basket and open your air relief, and you can see it fills the basket for you. Put the top on it, and then start her up, and we're going. Okay, repairs are done. What's under here? Oh yeah. Over dry, almost good. We are back in business. All right, guys, thanks for watching.